and the Hennessy Airport. If you know where those things are, then you know approximately where the tornado is going. Also, the Lorida, Sebring, Florida storm is still unconfirmed, but it just went through the town of Lorida. So that's this storm up here. We've been talking about it for a while. Andy is on his way, and he's messaging me. This is something that he brought to our attention earlier when it was down towards Lake Istapoga. This is not a confirmed tornado warning or anything, but we do believe it just hit the town of Lorida, and now it's going to continue to go up towards Boney Road. So take shelter now if you are in the Boney Road area of Florida. Y'all, if you're just now tuning in, this is Hurricane Milton coverage, all right? We got a lot of people in here, but we've got this band of thunderstorms moving across Florida right now that is dropping massive tornadoes. We have an ongoing huge tornado outbreak right now in Florida. We have currently 8 tornado warnings, 3 tornadoes on the ground actively causing damage, and more on the way. If you know anybody out here, please let them know of the danger that is currently in place. All of these tornado-producing storms are moving to the north. We've really got to be concerned about the frost-proof area in the near future. We've got to be concerned about the Fellsmere area, Bowling Green, Bartlow, Sebring, Wauchula, Arcadia. All of these tornado-producing storms are not to you yet, but they are coming. Right now, all of our tornado warnings are a little bit farther to the south. We've got a PDS tornado warning for the areas just north of Fort Myers. What that means is that this is a particularly dangerous situation. Also, we've got a confirmed tornado warning over here in just to the south of, or just to the north and west of Bluefield, Florida. This is getting ready to move over Highway 70 now, or you guys might know it as Okeechobee Road, and that's going to be moving on up into more northern parts of Martin and Okeechobee counties in Florida. Additionally, we have another tornado warning that was just issued. Man, there's so many things going on right now. A new tornado warning was just issued for Fort Myers. So this is for a completely different circulation. Fort Myers, the greater Fort Myers area is currently under 3 tornado warnings, mostly as a result of this one big storm that's causing the tornado up there near the wildlife reserve. But there's another circulation that we're watching now down here a little bit farther to the south that might move up into the Fort Myers region. Essentially, everybody in Fort Myers and the surrounding areas needs to be in their safe spots. This includes Suncoast Estates, River Hall, Buckingham, Lehigh Acres, Arborwood, and Miramar Lakes. There's another tornado warning that was just issued for Golden Gate Estates and the Picayune Strand Belle Meade unit. Another tornado warning was just issued. My gosh, we're up to 10. We have 10 active tornado warnings right now. This one includes Sebring. All right. And this is the storm that just went past Lake Placid. This one was producing a tornado not too long ago. It is likely going to produce another tornado here very shortly as it goes up towards Sebring. If we are in Istapaga, if we're in the Highland Lakes Reserve area, if we're in Sebring, Marthana Village, Lake Letta, or Avon Park, we've got to get to shelter. Once again, most interior room of your home, put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible, and just hunker down. Bring your phone with you. Bring a charged tablet. You might lose power. Also, it's Florida. I don't know. I don't know how often you guys have had to go through this before, but when you're under a tornado warning on a day like today, we're talking about these kinds of tornadoes. If your home is hit or your neighborhood is hit, there's a good chance your home will take on significant damage, and you might have to evacuate your home after the tornado passes. You don't want to be wearing flip-flops or Crocs in that situation. Put on closed-toed shoes, put on a rain jacket, put on whatever you think you need to make it outside in a rainstorm after a tornado hits, and where you don't have the ability to stay under a roof. It's uncomfortable to think about, I know, but this could really help you out. if you are in an unfortunate situation where you get hit by a tornado. So put on closed-toed shoes, protect your head, get into the most interior room, and then stay with us. Keep that phone charged, keep the tablet on you. A lot of times we'll keep cell service even if we lose power, and that's how you'll be able to call people and be able to interact with the outside world. So if you're just now tuning in, we've got a major tornado outbreak underway in Florida ahead of Hurricane Milton. It is connected. The tropical tornadoes are it's not a new thing, right? Like this happens whenever we have hurricanes, we have tornadoes, but these tornadoes are a little different. These are big, powerful tornadoes, damaging tornadoes, not what we normally would see with a tropical system. So that's why we're taking this a little bit more seriously than usual. All right, currently, these are all of the tornado warnings that we have right now. We have Lee and Charlotte counties under a PDS tornado warning. We have Charlotte, DeSoto, and DeSoto County in Florida is also under a PDS tornado warning. We have a confirmed tornado on the ground in St. Lucie, Martin, and Okeechobee counties in Florida. We have a tornado warning for Highlands County, Florida. Also, we've got Collier County, Florida, under a tornado warning. Lee County, let's see here, Polk County is also under a tornado warning. All of these counties, if I just called out your county name, then you are in a dangerous situation and we need you to take shelter. We have a lot more of this to go. We are going to have a long tornado outbreak here, I believe, as we have more cells capable of producing tornadoes forming to the south of the current ones, all right? So, and also the currently existing tornado warnings are moving to the north in the general direction of Arcadia, Wauchula. You guys have really got to, start thinking about what you're going to do if and when that tornado comes through. Frostproof, Avon Park, additionally, even places over here towards Yeehaw Junction and Fellsmere. You guys could be in the zone for receiving some of these tornadoes in the next little bit. By the way, if I zoom out on the radar here, this is what we're dealing with. Hurricane Milton, the powerful Category 4 hurricane that's going to cause some devastation later tonight, is still way out here, okay? The hurricane force winds, nobody's feeling that right now. However, there are these spiral rain bands that are coming off of it, and there's enough dry air to allow for some of these storms to be supercellular in nature, and that is allowing for a tornado outbreak to happen right now in Florida. Yeah, Fort Myers is under a tornado warning. We need you in your safe spots if you're in Fort Myers. I'll zoom in to that warning. I know we've got a lot of people in and around there. The good news is the most concerning looking storm right now, in my opinion, is to the north of Fort Myers. So that doesn't mean come out of your safe spot. It means that it might be a little bit of a sigh of relief here for us. We might not have to worry about it too much longer. However, we've got more storms on the way, and also areas just outside of Fort Myers like Vermont, Sparkman, and Ridge Harbor really need to be getting into their safe spots. I'm hearing reports of confirmed damage in North Fort Myers from the PDS tornado warning. On Avenue or Deltura, there's trees in the road, windows blown out. This is some preliminary reports that we're hearing now about this tornado that just went through the Fort Myers area. We currently have 7 tornado warnings. Fort Myers right now, the actual downtown area is mostly in the clear. There's more storms coming, though. I don't want to, you know, make anybody let their guard down or anything. But the big bad storm that is causing the PDS tornado warning right now is to the north of downtown Fort Myers, moving up there towards Vermont. Once again, this is the kind of tornado that we're talking about. I'm just getting new information in. Somebody's gonna have to holler at me if he's got anything on that. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to process everything here. Also, as soon as Andy gets here, I'm going to take a quick break and let him take over and fix the warnings overlay. Because we're going to be here for a while. Look at all these little cells. You see them? These are all likely to try to produce tornadoes as well as they go on up into the areas that have already been hit. So yeah, really unfortunate situation. Rotation is still very evident in our PDS tornado warning. Thankfully, this really started wrapping up into a much bigger kind of system. I think once it got into that wildlife area, but unfortunately, it's getting closer to coming out of that. So we have to start thinking about what we're going to do whenever that warning comes through for us in Arcadia. If you're in Arcadia, Florida, this cluster of storms that's produced a lot of these tornadoes today is coming towards you later, within an hour or two. So keep that in mind. We also continue to have a confirmed tornado warning over here in Okeechobee and St. Lucie counties. This is happening near Okeechobee Road, moving up towards Highlolo. So if you know about where that is, you're likely in the path of this storm. It's going to go between the Gary Stark Airport and the Adams Ranch Airport up here, north of Highway 70. This is west of Fort Pierce. This is north of Lake Okeechobee. If you're just now tuning in, this is coverage of Hurricane Milton. But we've got a predecessor tornado event going on now. And we just got a new tornado warning. This one's going to be for Lee County, Florida. There's just like a mess, a cluster of tornado warnings right here between Naples and Fort Myers. The newest edition includes places like the Corkscrew Trace Air Park, the Select Specialty Hospital of Fort Myers, the Buckingham Exceptional Student Center, and also the Bluebird Park, and a bunch of campgrounds, including the Cypress Dome. So we now have 8 tornado warnings right now. If you are in any of these counties, you've got to take shelter. Lee, Highlands, Okeechobee, Polk, Collier, especially in St. Lucie, and DeSoto counties and Charlotte. Take shelter now. The Skyway Bridge is now closed to all traffic. This is from the police department in Tampa. West Howard Franklin Bridge is now closed to all traffic. Gandy Bridge is closed to all traffic. And Courtney Campbell westbound is closed to all traffic. Yeah, when you hear me say PDS tornado warning, I'm talking about a particularly dangerous situation tornado warning. Yeah, these are some of the biggest. These are some of the biggest tornadoes I've ever seen in Florida. This is crazy. I'm also seeing a lot more reports starting to come out of damage. Pretty significant damage in the Matlacha area. Also in Fort Myers, there's some pretty significant damage on the north side of town. I've retweeted a lot of this imagery over on Twitter if you want to see it. We want to protect the copyright of those storm chasers. So I can't share it right here, right now, but this is wild. And yes, Hurricane Milton is still coming. It's still a Category 4. Everything's still pretty much the same as where we left off yesterday, except it's actually a little bit stronger now than we thought it would be at this point. It's not weakening as fast as we thought it would. So it might make landfall a little bit stronger than what we originally anticipated.